Well, today I've got my rubber pants on and I'm easing into a new area. As you can see here, maybe it's got a pretty deep little bank, got some brush in it, and there's weeds lining the edge. I had to wear these rubber pants to get out in here and get to this area. Hopefully nobody's been in here fishing much and we'll catch a couple crappie. We're gonna see what we can do. It was 29 degrees just a couple days ago. I'm not sure how that's gonna affect things. We'll just have to see. If it backed them out of this shallow water, I don't know. It's warmed up since, but we'll try this a little bit, and if we can't get them here, we'll move to another area and see what's going on there. Lots of minnows in here. Just found me a cute little bobber. Keep that. Whoa. Fell off in a hole just right there. Look here. He's not very big, but I got one. Look at that. He was only in about 6 inches of water too. Dang it. Cool wind and that pollen's got my nose really running. Here we are, first bite. Let's get him back in here. He was just right in there. There's one. Look here. Ooh. Captured another one out of there. Dang. This is really shallow. I'm hanging about 6 inches of line out of the end of that rod. Nice one there. Good keeper. Let's see if there's any more down in there. Let's get him in there. There he goes. Yeah, I've got a 16th ounce jig head on here. A little small orange head, a little fiber weed guard, like chartreuse tailed hand poured jig there. You know, these fish will get extremely shallow. You wonder just how their backs aren't sticking out of the water. Because I have caught, I can't tell you how many out of places similar to this. It's only a foot or so of water and you end up catching 2 or 3 limits out of it and you can't even see the fish down there. I don't know how they do that. If there's only 1 or 2 per log, we're gonna have to hit a lot of logs. We gotta move out of here, go somewhere else. I'm not biting fast enough. I stopped at another spot on my way out here. When I was headed out to a new place, I saw a laydown laying in the water here, so I thought, well, I'll try around that, and I got a bite as soon as I got here, so we'll see if there's any more around it real quick. This morning, it doesn't seem like there's very many per little spot, I guess. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that cold temperature messed them up and they just hadn't regrouped up at this particular creek or not, but something's definitely changed. The bite could be later in the afternoon. There's one. It's a good little keeper. Not a bad fish. Getting some pretty colors on them. Them males get really dark in the spawn, during the spawn. Get back in there, buddy. And there again, that fish was 6 inches deep right by the bank. And wind's really howling today. Can't hold my rod still. Keep moving. All right, maybe we're at a place a little less traveled and more fish here, maybe. Gonna be tight in here. Lots of brush hanging over the top of you here, man. You set the hook too hard, you'll be up all in the trees. It all looks good. You just don't know where to put your jig at. There we go. I was just fixing to say, whole lot deeper water. I was just fixing to say a whole lot deeper water. So maybe there'd be some crappie in here, and here was one anyway. Had another bite. A good sign. There he is. That's a good one there. I'm all in the dang tree. There we go. Let's get him off, get him back in the water real quick. Not a bad fish. Not a bad one right there. Maybe there's a couple more right there. They'll get in such tight spots. You can fish and fish and fish and fish and not find them. And they'll just be in, the majority of them be in one area. So always, always make sure you hit it thorough. If you get a bite, you stay there. Keep fishing it. Come back later even. Because normally there's more than one in a spot. Sometimes they won't all bite, but I felt something else in there, so surely there's more. There's one. He might be a keeper, I don't know. But he was fun. There's one thing here, man. You stay so tangled up, or I do anyway. Get in there, buddy. Oh, ooh. Reel kind of slipped just in, didn't it? Something happened to it. That's why it's only a couple bucks, I guess. Decent one right there. At least they're biting a little bit finally on this side, man. I was really had high expectations for that other spot, but oh well. You go where the fish are, right? We just need to get in a little deeper water. They're not liking that 6 inches to a foot stuff just yet, I guess. I mean, a few were there, but not many. Look at there. Yeah, we just needed to move to the place where the fish were. That's what it was all about. That's a good one. That's a really nice one. You know, really, if I didn't have these waders on, rubber pants as I call them, this area and the areas that I've been in wouldn't be accessible. I mean, you could kind of reach it from the bank, but not really. You'd have to come over all these weeds and these trees, and then these trees will really cause you some problem. So at least when you're out here, or like I am anyway, away from the trees, you don't stay as hung up in the trees with your rod and your line and all that. Still get a little bit, but not as much. They were a pretty good investment for me because they're a lot cheaper than a boat, and I can get in a lot of places that others can't that don't have them. I think these were like, I want to say they were $50, $80. I mean, somewhere in there. They were less than 100, and they've worked out really good. Look at there. Oh, I lost him. That's a pretty good one. Can't catch them all. Gotta let some of them grow up. Ooh, man, that was the biggest one of the day. Dadgummit, I lost it. Ah, shoot. That was awesome. That and pulled my little bait down right there. That thing wore out and that hook's bent. All kinds of good stuff going on here. I need to get a new one. If I wasn't such a tightwad, I'd have another one on there probably. Yeah, that was a big female right there, looked like. You're right here at the time when I have to go. I can't tell you how many times when I've only got an hour or two to fish that I find them right within the last 15, 20 minutes that I gotta leave. All the time. I bet you there's some up in that brush up there, but we just don't have time to fish it. Dang it. If you enjoyed this video and like to see more crappie fishing, watch this video over here. But if catfish is what you like to watch, check out this video over here.